Welcome to Property Banter. My name's Michael Ležaja, and in today's episode, we've got CM of hashtag fame. Those of you hashtaggers will know who he is. He has scaled his property portfolio in 4 years to $10 million, and we're going to be talking about buying in your SMSF, and we're going to give you a real-life experience, real-life scenario of CM's purchase, which has obviously outperformed in its first year, of course. And we're going to be talking about all the pros and cons and essentially all the things you need to know. We're going to focus on the negatives here and really question purchasing in your SMSF. This is going to be a good episode. We hope you enjoy. Chaitanya, welcome.
Oh, thanks, Michael.
You're back.
Nice to be here.
You're
back again.
You're
yeah.
back. Good to have you.
Yeah, my second job probably.
You see? Mate, it's good. It's good. We love having you back. I'm excited for today. We're going to talk plenty of business. We've already been doing it in the car. Well, we've already been talking plenty of business in the car. Sorry, we've been talking plenty of business as it is already, and property, and we got onto this SMSF topic, right?
Yeah.
And you were giving me your negatives. You came across incredibly negative, weren't you? Come on, did you see it? You're negative, and you're just like, I want to talk about it. So today we're going to break down your purchase, which is Zocoli, Northern Territory. We were one of the first buyers, if not the first buyer's agent in Zocoli, I think we were. And we obviously selected that based on the data and put a lot of clients into there. And a lot of our clients are 200K up in 1 year on a 650 purchase on average. 600s is what the price point was. And they've made a lot of money. But your purchase was not in your personal name or a trust. Your purchase was an SMSF. So for everyone out there watching now, listening and waiting for you to give those negatives and your opinion, brother, the floor's yours. Let's go.
All right, let's go. So it's not about negative. I think it's more of caution for people who are trying to put their retirement nest into a property.
Yeah.
Because it's always easy to go with what people say in the market. As I said, we're talking about this topic. Like you see every other person talk about, can I buy a property in SMSF or buy a property in SMSF? Or you got 200K in super, come let's buy a property.
But it's also because they cap out. A lot of people cap out on one or two properties. They don't know, how to structure it. And then the person tells them, hey, you can also buy in your super, and the person selling them the property.
But every Tom, Dick, Harry buyer's agent today talks about they are a financial advisor. About buying in super, and I'm sorry, I know you're a buyer's agent too, but I respect you for a different kind of a buyer's agent. But because I think what people don't talk about it, I think that's what I really want to talk about and share my personal experience. I'm sure it helps a lot of people out there who are trying to do something similar. First of all, right, so let's talk about the deal itself. I think you and I speak about this because I've been doing data sets for probably last year when we're doing it. Not last year, 2024 now. So it's already 2026. Yeah. So late 2024, we're like, we should go into Darwin. This looks good.
Talking about
right.
It,
So before
we held off. We could have gone a couple months
before
earlier.
buying in Sheridan, I was like Mount Sheridan. I was like, should I buy Darwin or should I buy Mount Sheridan? I ended up in Mount Sheridan. But if you take, the next purchase, I was like, okay, let's do it. I went through. Unfortunately, my finance failed, so I ended up buying in super.
Yeah.
But what actually happened is when you look at the math and how it actually works, it's a pretty different picture than probably what typical property looks like. So the deal itself, right? So I bought it for $680.
Yep.
So
for everyone at home, 422?
422, 600 plus square meter block.
Yep.
Rents for $780, and it's pretty good.
Your rent can go up as well. I think I think they're well into the 800s.
Yes, So because I rented it back to the owners, so I had a long settlement and everything, so it's good. And it grew 20%, right? If you open Zocoli or if you open any Cotality now, as they call it, the core logic, Darwin grew 20% last year. And Zocoli was the top performer.
Yeah.
And even then, my numbers don't stack up like a normal property. And that's what I really want to talk about because it's good on paper. It's good from a marketing side, but in reality, probably it's a hit.
So
it's going to hit.
You're not sorry to cut you off. You're not as bullish on it now that you've purchased in your SMSF.
Yeah, it's not about bullish on Darwin or anything. It has nothing to do with Darwin.
On actually purchasing in the
SMSF, of course, because one, I think when I was buying in 2025, early 2025, the interest rates were obviously different. We had 2 to 3 rate cuts after I purchased, so probably 2. So my interest rate was around 7.4, 7.5, right? So if you're buying at 7.5 interest, it's quite a lot of money without you realize. I paid 20% deposit. I paid stamps from my super because you can't borrow like you do in your normal property. Yeah. So you have to you have to put down the deposit for at least 20% and stamps. So you need to have that. And even then, my repayments now, after 2 rate cuts, is much higher than my rent. And my rent is probably one of the best rents in the country that you can think of if you're buying in super. Yeah. Because at that point, Zucoli is around 6.5% yield. Even mine is 6+% yield. Yeah. So top notch from a yield point of view. And it grew 20%. That's the only savior, right? So because one, I can't take the growth out of SMSF. Yeah. So if you're buying a property, you need to have a plan. And we had a plan from a Darwin point of view. When we entered, it's not like we're just going to buy and keep it forever. It's not the plan with Darwin. But buying and selling properties is not easy. Yeah. And it's not cheap. Yeah. Right? So if you're purchasing a property in super, the first thing that you need to understand is, one, rates are much higher. Yeah. Second, your costs, maintenance, you need to add additional 4,000-5,000 minimum a year just from a compliance side to keep your SMSF. Third, I think one of the key things that people actually don't talk about is you cannot refinance. And not many lenders actually lend you money in super. None of the top.
Only a few.
Only a few. So you're stuck, right? So it's not like you can make use of that growth. Yeah. One of the key reasons why we all invest in property is you want to take the growth, take the equity out, go to the next one. Yeah. Here you can't. No. You have to bring money. Every time you have to buy, you need to have a 20% deposit. Yeah. Or you sell your existing one because there's not really there's not much you can really do about refinancing or taking the equity out. There's nothing you can do.
But for everyone at home now going, okay, you bought in SMSF, you paid, so for them listening, they're going, hang on, you paid $670?
$680, yep.
$680. It's now worth what, $850?
$850, probably.
Okay, cool. So you've made a heap of money. Yeah. And right now you're complaining about 7.4% yield. That's how someone at home is going to look at this. How do you explain that to them? Yeah. Plus the $5,000 compliance. Okay, cool, $5,000. Take that out of the $200K you just made.
It's not about $5,000. It's about 7.5% interest.
Yes.
You know why? Because the whole point of buying a property is people talking about interest and leverage. You got a cheaper capital cost buying a property at a 5%, 5.5% interest rate is different to 7.5% interest rate.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm paying 8.2 on one of mine right now.
Yeah. See, that's not cheap.
It's crazy.
It eats. Yeah. Yes, I had growth, but it was a risky bet. Imagine Darwin did what Darwin was doing for the last 15 years.
Yeah, but we knew better.
We knew better, but what if, right?
Yeah. So for the
for the average person buying in an average location, imagine what is the situation. You bought Melbourne, okay, not something like Caramstown or wherever, which went 15-20%. But let's say you bought a normal Melbourne suburb. What are you doing?
But what about the people in super right now and this is quite common in super, the person that sells you it is your financial planner or your accountant or your mortgage broker, and they just show you an off the plan, and you go buy an off the plan that's not worth what you paid for it. So
you did with that whole thing.
You have lost money. You don't realize that you've made no money. You're probably better off just leaving in an Australian super fund and taking your 10% at the end of the year.
And see, even if you take any fund, right? So like you put it on an index fund or an ETF, whichever gives you the basic return along with the index. I feel that's much better than buying something like this. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. We did a risky thing. Yes, it worked out, but I was thinking not everybody would go and buy something like that.
Everyone does. So many Australians
get 99% people would not go and take a risk like that.
No.
So where is the value? That's what our discussion was really. So where do you see value when you buy an asset, let's say that grows at 7%, when you're leveraged and your interest rates are 7%?
Yeah.
Where is the growth?
Yeah.
Over a period.
Yeah.
Whereas an index fund, if you go put anything, be it ASX or S&P 500, whatever, on an average gives you 10, 12% in the long term.
Yeah.
So you're much better off.
So what's the maximum ETF return? Let's go best case scenario. 10?
Depends. More than that. And people who are smart, educated, probably do better as well.
I'm going to give you the flip side of the coin.
Yeah.
People who are smart and educated in property do well in their super.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how. The best investors, they're not going and taking the house and land package that's been offered through their financial planner. They're buying the stuff that you're buying the way you did it. And yes, they're making money. But what they're doing, a lot of them, they're selling it at the end of a cycle.
Yeah.
They're cycling it. So instead of just buying a property and then going, okay, I'm going to put this property, I'm going to buy this in my SMSF, and then what I'm going to do is it's 20 years away. By the time 20 years comes, property will grow 7% per annum, and I'll retire, and that will be my SMSF. What the best investors are doing, obviously this isn't financial advice, but what the best investors are doing, and I'm watching them do it, and a lot of them I'm working for to execute this, they're buying in areas that have the potential for capital growth that are going to perform, in double digits over the next few years. And they're going to go 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, or 4 year. There's the cycle. They exit. They pay their 15% tax. Then they redeploy their funds somewhere else because they can't extract equity out of that property because you can't refinance it.
Yep.
So they go to the next market. So what we're essentially, we're all doing here is we're trying to time cycles. And the thing is,
how is it different from stock market?
I know this game. I don't know the stock market.
You know that, but
yeah.
So, but for me, I'm not talking about Michael Ležaja here.
Yeah.
I'm talking about an everyday person. That's the whole point of this discussion.
But we do this for everyday people. So it's the same.
Yes.
But here's the stock market. For those who don't know, in 2007 I was in the stock market and I had 150K and I thought I was trading and I thought I was a genius. And mate, as soon as it started going into the red, I took all my money out. I think it was September 2007. Mate, not a stock trader. I said I'll go back to get my money one day and I'll learn it. No. I came to property and absolutely enjoyed it. Had a great time. And it's easy. So this is our game and this is how we play it. I still think I would rather, and I'm going to argue this with you, I would rather be in property and in SMSF doing what I'm doing now than going
That's
into
because
an
you
ETF.
traded in a market. Whereas in a super, when you go any index fund, technically you're not trading every day. No. You just keep adding. Any person who do a SIP into a fund over a long term, they don't see like what you're saying from a stock market. But with property, if you end up with the wrong property in a wrong location,
you will get absolutely burnt. So what I think this is, what I think SMSF is, it's this high stakes game where you can make it.
Yeah.
Or you will actually fail without even knowing or realizing that you're failing.
But do you know that you're getting into something like that?
I don't think many
knowing the
know.
risk that you're
I don't
taking.
think many know.
Because your advisor, your broker, or your buyer's agent is telling you to buy in an SMSF because they think, okay, we'll make a deal.
Yeah.
But in reality, do you know that you're gambling your retirement on something which might or might not give you the same returns that you might have when you do the normal thing?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, you're smart. I get it. I'm smart. I get it.
I'm not smart.
but
mate, I'm the dumbest guy in this room right now.
Not really. But I'm saying you're timing cycles.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
That's why people hire you.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, what if you're with the wrong person?
Yeah.
What if someone else buys you in Windhamville? Yeah. As we spoke about last time. So, for example, I have a friend of mine who's trying to sell his property in Windhamville for 3 months. Not even a single buyer. And this is not even an expensive property. Right? So,
for anyone who doesn't know, Chaitanya's anti-Melbourne.
And
I thought I might throw that in there. He's from Melbourne.
And I live in Melbourne. Probably that's why I'm anti-Melbourne.
You know how many, I think, you know who's anti-Melbourne?
The people who live in Melbourne.
The people who live in Melbourne that have been there throughout COVID.
Yeah.
The ones who are the new migrants post-COVID, They don't know. They think
they don't know.
awesome.
It's all good. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Great. But the ones you talk to that have lived there, they're like, oh, we want to get out.
Bro, we have machete bins. What are you talking about?
Has anyone collected a real machete from a machete bin? Like, have people like actually donated?
Yeah, I think so. A few
Not
people.
donated.
They would have put their old kitchen knives there. So.
Yeah.
They don't know where to dump them. So.
I heard an Allen key from Bunnings opens it.
Probably.
That's not advice either. Oh, crazy, mate. I'll tell you what, I would have loved a machete bin contract. We weren't in the running, unfortunately. I didn't know it was up for tender. But that was $300,000 a bin. It was a good one.
A good one, yeah.
For whoever got it.
But anyway, going back, so I think that's the risk that you're taking, right? So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. As I said, I have a plan. Probably I'll exit property at the end of the cycle or the top of the cycle.
Your plan is what I just said.
Yeah, you did. But that's what I'm saying.
But I think you need to do that to win.
But
not financial advice.
What if I'm not savvy enough? Don't tell me to hire you. That's not what we're saying here.
You need to hire me.
I hired you.
You have. Yeah,
we'll talk about that.
Next deal.
So
yeah, but for the average Australian who gets, the hassling packages, right? I was speaking to someone the other day. He goes, it's on average 44K is the commission on a hassling package. Some of them are like 50, 60 grand. So the financial planner who sets your SMSF up goes to you, you know what? You should buy a good quality property, a new one, because it's in your SMSF and it's set and forget, no problem. And you know what? That's going to be your retirement plan. Boom. This guy gets a 50 grand check because he sold you something that's, 900K off the plan, but really it's worth 800.
Yep.
His commission's built in. He's just gotten rich overnight. He just bought himself a decent car, brand new car, whatever. Or he's halfway to a deposit. He just does 2 of those. He's got his deposit for his next investment, right?
Yep.
It's actually crazy how much money is involved in this, and the majority of Australians are getting stuck because.
Bro, I'll tell you something real, okay? My accountant, sorry.
Don't say sorry.
My accountant tried to sell me an apartment, off the plan apartment.
Yeah.
In Sydney.
In Sydney.
2.5 million. I said, what the fuck? Who will put 2.5 million in an apartment? It's like, oh no, it's only 4%. They'll give you this, they'll give you that. It's like, bro, I'm the wrong person.
2.5 million. I want to know.
No.
Was the commission like 120 grand or something?
Easy, right? Take 2-3%.
Wow.
Also, it's 75 grand.
Wow.
So I told him, mate, you're seeing what I'm doing with my stuff. And you should by now understand.
He thought you were an easy mark.
You should by now understand I buy something different.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing everything.
You see how you scale.
Yeah. So it's like, then explain me what you're doing. Then I actually sat with him and explained, this is what I do. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Then it's like, he's just literally like, no one explained me how anyone is actually buying a property with the kind of clarity and data that you're talking about. And then he's now asking like, oh, where do we buy? Can I go buy here? I bought this apartment in Gold Coast. I bought this apartment in Sydney. I feel like I should sell them. Right? So don't go after these things, right? So the whole point, let's come back. So SMSF, don't buy apartments. Don't buy off the plan or don't buy house and land packages. Don't burn your money. Don't burn your retirement.
Yeah.
Be safe. Then sorry.
It's a good message.
Right? So I think ultimately, if you know what you're doing, great. But if you don't know, if you're doubtful, don't enter into SMSF, try to get into property.
Yeah.
That's my advice. You know why? Because it's not really rosy as people kind of project. Because the reason why we're talking about this is we see every single person talk about, oh, you have this money in super, it's just sitting idle. Let's go buy your property. Like, bro, that's not going to help. If someone goes and buys something at the peak of the market or whatever that sets you back by 10 years, then you're fucked. And your retirement, depending on the age that you're in, if you need something in 10 years, probably that's a very bad thing for you because you don't even know if you would be able to make any returns out of it.
Yeah.
So you're actually losing on a lot of things. So that's why we're talking about, the risk of, doing something wrong in SMSF rather than all the frenzy around it. Because I saw the first person I met, right? So she is probably not qualified enough even to talk about SMSF. She's just a mortgage broker. So I saw a person...
Mortgage brokers shouldn't be selling you deals. This is something that I'm seeing all the time. Mortgage brokers shouldn't be selling you deals.
No, the funny thing is they organize this whole webinar or whatever in their house. They bring all the people, we're buying property in SMSF. This is how you do it. And then I was like, ooh, okay. And it's just, that's what I'm saying. If this is coming from normal day person, that means something is wrong. And people need to be cautious because this is your money. Most important, it's not just money, it's your retirement. That's what you're saving for. And you can't afford to have a poorer retirement than what you should because you don't have the ability to make money in retirement. And that's why I was like, it's not as simple as people say. Go buy it in SMSF. I've done it, probably share the message of what actually it is to hold it. As I said, rates, 2% difference minimum, at least 1.7% difference. Second, you can't refinance. You can't do anything. You can't go to another vendor. As simple as that. No. You can't do what you're doing like in a typical portfolio. You can't scale it. And third, you have to sell if you want to take the money and go. You can't go build, subdivide, construct. You can't do any of those things. Yes, there might be other ways around. Probably people can explain. But on a normal, simple stuff, you can't do any of these things. You can't take a house and build something, or you have a granny flat you want to put. You can't do that.
No.
You can't do any of these things.
All those strategies that we love using that
exactly.
grow your portfolio fast are not allowed.
Exactly. Anything that helps you kind of grow your portfolio, do something creative, you can't do any of those. No. So you simply have to purchase an asset, keep it there, and you can't do much about it.
You can't. And the biggest mistake everyone's making, and once again, I'm gonna warn everyone about buying off the plan. The biggest mistake I see people making is buying off the plan. Whether it's your financial planner, your mortgage broker, even a buyer's agent, even a project marketer that's posing as a buyer's agent, doesn't matter who it is that's trying to sell you that. It's the wrong asset for you.
Yep.
Right? Now, going back, I'm going to tell you how it works. Back in the day, we're going to talk about like pretty much pre-internet days because I'm an old man. But back in the day, you'd have to read magazines to find property data and stories on people that are successful. So you'd buy Australian Property Investor magazine or Your Investment Property magazine, and you would open that up, and there'd be people there, and they'd have all their portfolio stats, and they'd talk about how they bought property. The common denominator, the common theme, was people buying existing. There was never anyone in there that was like, I just bought off the plan, I paid full retail, I bought brand new so that I get no problems, and I've got 15 properties. I've never seen that individual in that magazine. And I had a massive stack like this over years and years and years collected. I used to get it every month and read them, and that's how I was learning about property when I started. Nobody bought off the plan and won. But the spruiker telling you about the off the plan goes, I just bought one of these. I just bought one for myself. This is the common one. So as soon as you hear this, you know, I just bought one for myself. I bought one for my brother-in-law, and we believe in it, and that's why we buy. Bro,
yeah,
he's probably put a deposit on it, and he's just saying it. He might not even have it. Yep. You don't even know, but that's the common.
That's my accountant.
That's your accountant. See, so
he said, I'm buying one. You want to buy?
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah.
So there you go. See, this I've heard all this shit before. And it's absolute garbage. And I'm telling you now, every magazine of every successful property investor, every month, they were all buying existing. You can't
do that.
All the best investors all buy existing. Have a look at them. Analyze everyone's portfolio. They don't sit there and go, just buy off the plan.
Yep. Do your numbers. That's our ultimate advice. It's 100%. Not simple.
Yeah.
And SMSF probably is not for everyone.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Definitely not for everyone.
Get the right advice.
Get the right advice. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't mess up with your retirement.
Yeah.
That's 100%. Our advice. That's it.
100%. Brother, good to have you on.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Everyone, Chaitanya Manam, he is Mr. CM, and that's what he's known as on hashtag, and a very, very good investor, good friend of mine, and absolutely provided great information in regards to his latest purchase in the SMSF. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you watching. You're the reason we do this. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you.